Hey everyone, I just pulled the market stats for Boundary County, and I think you're going to find it interesting what I came up with. So let me clarify what we're going to be looking at here first. I have um, Boundary County only, Boundary County single family residential. So we're not looking at Bonner County, we're not looking at vacant land or anything like that. It's just single family residential right here in all of Boundary County. If you are curious about vacant land or another county, then let me know and I can get that information for you. But let me share my screen here with you, and it's pretty interesting what we've got going here. We have, well, I've had a lot of as I've been out and about, a lot of similar questions come up, and it seems to be all revolving around where did the buyers go? And I'm going to select pending sales here. So again, Boundary County, single family residential pending sales. And this is going back to January of 2019. Right here where my mouse is pointing is how many properties went pending in the month of June. And as you can see, we've had a significant increase in pending sales from June to July. Now, I think we're probably going to see more pending sales when the numbers for August are in, but that remains to be seen. So if you guys like this video market update, then maybe I'll do it again. But right now we have 23 pending sales. Now, actually, let me clarify what a pending sale is. So when a property goes on the market, it is an active listing. And once the seller accepts an offer, they're required to put it into a pending status. And that means it's pending sale. You know, the buyer is doing their inspection and appraisals getting ordered and all those sorts of things. And then once everything is done, then it becomes a closed sale. It means the buyer is now the new owner of the property, and it then becomes a closed sale, which is what I'll jump over to right here. So this tells me that closed sales are down in July, which makes sense because pending sales were down in June. So because what goes pending in June is most likely going to close, in July. So pending sales were down in June, which meant closed sales were down in July. All right. But since we have pending sales going up, I think we're going to see an increase in closed sales at the end of August. But how does that affect you as a seller or as a buyer? Well, sellers are the ones that are getting more concerned because it's been such a hardcore sellers market for the last really 2 years, over 2 years. Let's look at the supply or inventory. Sometimes you'll hear people refer to it as supply. Some people will refer to it as inventory, but it's the same thing. You'll see a significant increase right here. So in December, January, February, so basically the beginning of this year, we were hovering around a month and a half of inventory. That's really, really low. And that means if no new properties came on the market, at the rate properties were selling, they would all be sold within a month and a half. But as you see here, it skyrockets starting in March, April, May, June. It just keeps going up and up. And I would imagine that when August numbers are in, it's going to be even higher. So, folks, we are in a buyer's market. Now, it's not a hardline buyer's market like it's been a seller's market the last 2 years, where sellers, you guys have had it really good. You could throw some really what most people would consider crazy prices out there, and you would get it. And the comp supported it because prices just kept going up and up and up. Well, now that inventory or supply has gone up so considerably, sellers, you're going to have to get more realistic with your asking price. So, and this plays into the question of where did the buyers go? Well, if we look at pending sales, this tells us that the buyers are still out there. So don't buy any of that. The buyers disappeared because interest rates went up. Yes, some of those buyers got knocked out when the interest rates went up. That's unfortunately what happens. But This clearly tells us the buyers are still out there. But what it also tells us is sellers, if you are on the market right now and you're not getting the showing activity that you should be getting, or more importantly, you're not getting offers, you're going to have to really hone in on what's going on. If you're on the market and your agent is not contacting you about a price improvement, to be competitive in the market, because you're competing with so many more right here. It's almost 6 months of inventory right now. So if your agent's not contacting you, reach out to your agent. Ask them, where should we be priced to be competitive? And also, I mean, think about the person that's going to be looking at your property. I mean, don't, like, if you're a 3 bedroom, 2 bath, 1,500 square foot house, there's no point in looking at what 5 bedroom houses with 3,000 square feet are selling for, because that's a different buyer altogether. So look at what your property is and realistically compare that to what else is for sale. Don't look at what's sold, because the market's shifting. Look at what you're competing against currently on the market, and talk to your agent about what that looks like for you. This is not doom and gloom, but it is reality. And sometimes truth hurts. I'm sorry, but that's just the way it is. If you are a seller and you're thinking of selling, well, please reach out and we'll have a conversation about how to create a strategy and a plan that's going to work for you. But now, buyers, you're out there. You've been waiting for the market to crash and all this. But what you weren't expecting was interest rates to go up. Well, interest rates are still low. I know some people don't agree with that, but looking, I mean, historically, I mean, if I remember, I'll share a graph. Historically, interest rates are still really, really low. So take advantage of it before they go up anymore. If prices come down a little bit and interest rates goes up, it could be a wash. So you have to think about, what is your end goal. So I think I'll just leave it there. I could go on about this for another hour, but I don't think anybody would much appreciate that. So if you have questions, if you have comments, if you think I'm flat out wrong about something, let me know and we'll talk about it. And yeah, I'll just leave it there. So until next time, enjoy the rest of your week, and please reach out with any questions you have. All right, bye all.